Hello and welcome to Destination Divergence episode 21. Last week, you guys finally arrived in Passage. We had some plot. It was great. You went around town, secured residence, and you chased out some ghosts. Well, more amicable than that, but it's the same principle. I think we left off
Invited some ghosts to leave.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. I think we left off with you guys getting paid. So I'm sure you already added all that gold to your sheets, and the day is yours.
Did I add that to my sheet? That is the question.
I know we were comparing gold totals to see who had the most, so I assume everybody did.
Yeah, I believe 100. How much was it?
Maybe like 160 something each.
A piece. Yeah.
Make me knock shit over, kid.
What?
Inventory.
You
got this, buddy. I have 682, so probably. I think I had like.
Yeah,
I
assume you didn't.
Pretty
sure.
Yeah, I had like 500 something. So.
All right.
That checks out.
Just for time tracking, it is exactly 1 week from the date in the note you found on the train.
So we just got paid, and that's where we left off.
Yeah, it's early morning. You guys just got paid and walked out the door.
All right.
What I get paid for doing again?
We need another job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
We're a place to spend this money.
How about both? No. I don't. Well, all I would like to do is get more research done.
There is plenty of places to do both, and yes, there's also the possibility of downtime, since there is 1 week exactly, if that's what you guys would prefer.
I'm personally looking to find some more labor.
Go for some more work. That's what I'm feeling.
Work more.
Yeah, I'll go with you and look for that. If we don't find anything, I'll go back with and do some work with Nakara.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can get those Eldritch Claw tattoos done, or at least more progress done on those.
Sure. All right, so you guys would head to the entertainment district to find the job board again, then, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what I do.
All right. So when you get there, there are still the same couple notes you noticed previously, things like, simple rat exterminations, etc. It doesn't look like anything new has been added in the roughly 24 hours since you've been here last.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, you can go rat killing, but I'm all right.
How many rats can we kill in one day?
Depends on how many rats there are, I suppose.
I posit a lot of rats.
Yeah.
You know what? I might be down for that.
Listen,
I'll leave you guys to that one.
I am above such menial.
All right, rats are what? CR 1/4, 1/8. Level 10, baby.
Challenge 0.
Challenge 0. Wow.
Does the job posting make it seem like they're like average rats or like where
Yeah,
rats?
how afraid do these job postings look?
They look like average rats, yeah. Just like your everyday rats.
Did it remind me of the wording of that? Did it mention reward?
Yeah, you'd be paid a rate of 1 gold per rat.
I don't know. I could go step on some rats. Anybody else?
1 gold.
I'm in.
I'll pass on the rat hunting. I'm gonna try and find me a magic shop.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go kill some rats.
If you find anything I'd want, buy it
What
for
would
me.
you want?
Just I don't know,
Fair
anything that
enough.
would strike you as being useful. Here's, I don't know, 150 gold. Just in case.
Oh, you give me 150 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Leroy, right?
Yep.
All right.
I just have to find my gold in this thing. Oh, there it is.
All right. So I'll just handle the rat killing real quick with a few rolls. Let's see. How about everybody who's participating in the rat killing give me an athletics roll at advantage?
Athletics necessarily?
Unless you have an argument for something else.
I am very bad at athletics. What are we doing? Just chasing the rats?
Just chasing and stomping out rats. Yeah. If you have a suggestion for a different way to handle it based on your skills, I'll taking suggestions.
I'd argue something dexterity based would be reasonable because we're trying to get the jump on them.
It's fair too.
All right.
Or intelligence based if you want to make a trap
What
real
about
quick.
our steel
True.
defenders?
So could I?
All right. How
just a
many?
general dexterity roll?
As an alternative, you could probably make an argument for any stat. So if you're not proficient in athletics, don't want to use that, just roll your highest stat with that proficiency.
Oh, I'll do that. I could try to charisma them. Something Pied
Oh,
Piper.
yeah.
I've been watching Silicon Valley.
I could lure rats in. I believe that.
Yeah. But I'm better at dexterity. So 15 at ratting.
Okay. Milos, if you wanted to choose a different stat, you may. I realize I changed the rules after you rolled. I assume that'll be Drost's best choice anyways.
Oh yeah, athletics is definitely my call.
Probably can't persuasion the rats, right?
Well, you
no,
could-
but if you if you're using charisma
You
as a
can persuade them
spellcasting
with
stat,
bait.
I'd allow it.
I'm not. I do have a steel defender though.
Steel defender, sure.
That's basically a cat.
Exactly.
Excuse
It
me.
literally is a cat.
Oh, dang. Where's
Steel
Felicia?
defender is the cat.
Listen,
This
don't
is
compare me to that machine.
cat girl. No, we're hunting mice. Chonky mice, but
Chunky mice.
Chonky mice.
Chunky mice. So Milos, are you sticking with the athletics roll then?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just say you make gold equivalent to your roll. So Dross made 20, Milos made 8, and Leroy made 15.
cool. Kill some rats.
Yeah, just running around the slums, finding rats, bringing them in. Somebody really hates rats.
It was just for fun.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
quick...
Yeah, 1 gold per rat. That's a lot.
Yeah, somebody really
Oh.
hates rats.
That's what I said. I was like, 1 gold per rat. I'll fucking do that.
That's
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
hell of a civil service initiative. Like fuck.
Yeah. What do they give you in Baldur's Gate? It is not a whole gold. It's been a little bit.
The Eberron economy is booming.
That's fair.
Magic items are
Gentrification.
fairly
Get them
cheap.
rats out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
Um,
giving people literal gold for it, so it's like worth.
It's true.
Anyone can do that.
Yep, that's why it was posted on the job board.
But what if they have plague?
Have what?
Plague.
Then we roll for medicine and drop down to 4 health or something.
That's true.
So was the rest of the party looking for a magic shop?
That is correct. I was going to say, speaking of the Eberron economy,
Possibly on a ventilator.
working your way through the market district, there's a bunch of fairly ordinary shops around. Lots of restaurants. It's so many people travel through here. It's a great spot for tourism with the lake as well. It's just so many places to buy food. But there are quite a few places that sell, magic items, which I assume is what you're mostly interested in. Most notably, you find an enchanter's shop called the World's Magnifications. It's kind of tucked away between a few other shops, but it's very tall, even though it's thin. The wood is painted a nice, pleasant shade of purple, like a fairly light, almost like a flowery purple, and the trim is all black.
Tasteful.
Remind me of who is in this group.
As far as I know, it's just Carrick.
Just Carrick was going to the magic shop? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go work on my own shit. Well, I guess I could go with you to the magic shop and then go work on my own shit. So
I was looking for work, but if that was Carrick's group, then
Carrick and Drost and Leroy and I guess Milos all went to the job board and then split ways to go to the magic shop. Or Carrick went to the magic shop. So if you went to go to the job board and work, you could split off with Carrick.
okay, yeah, I'm with you then.
All right, so Carrick and Felicia. Nakareth, were you there as well, or did you split off to do research? I didn't.
I think I did research before everyone went to the job board, so
Right.
I wouldn't be in on this.
Okay.
So.
I'll mark down that you had one more day on that. That was on the Eldritch Clause?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
How many more weeks left do I have on that?
Weeks 6. You just shaved one day off, so 5 and 6 days.
Alright.
All right. So upon entering this, the world's magnifications shop, you see despite how deep you probably imagine the building goes, the counter is fairly close to the door, and there's actually not a lot of room for you to maneuver around inside. It's a kind of cramped little shop, surprisingly. And at the counter, there is one human male. Welcome. You looking to buy something today, I assume? Can I show you around my shop, show you my wares?
That would be fantastic.
All right, so on stock, he has a circlet of blasting for 600 gold pieces, goggles of night for 350, and a javelin of lightning for 500.
Ooh, those things are sweet.
Yep.
500 for the javelin.
500 for the javelin.
Oh, come on, you know you want it.
I really. Ooh. I'm looking up the stats for javelin.
No, it's pretty
Hold
sick.
up.
It's mostly
I
a
know.
fun item more than like a crazy incredible, but it's so fun.
So fucking cool. All right, when yeah, it's only DC 13, but still, it's still half on a failed save. That's still pretty sweet.
Yeah, and even
fucking-
otherwise, it still counts as a javelin for you to use for other things too. So.
Yeah. Hey, if you need someone to throw a fire, you know where to go.
All right, what is the circuit blast? So anything cheaper than those, or is that about it?
Not on display in the store at the moment. Would you ask Drogo that? Or sorry, the shopkeeper's name is Drogo. Would you ask him that, or would you have just looked around for that?
Yeah, I would have asked him.
Okay. Well, I was just recently cleaned out. I had a bunch of trinkets, odds and ends, little convenience things, but and he actually reaches behind the counter and pulls a lever, and the entire back wall of the shop and the counter all shift backwards, and there's a lot of shelves in the wall now. But all of them are empty, so he pulls the lever and shifts it forward again. I like to focus my shop on what's actually available, keep customers moving item to item, But I still have these, my more nice things. They only bought the cheap stuff while they're coming through. I'm not entirely sure why.
Out of sheer curiosity, who was it that cleaned you out?
They didn't give a name, but they paid directly in gold here in the shop. They wore a cloak, and honestly, I couldn't see much skin on them. I could see the bottom of their face. They appeared human.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was quite a strange encounter, but I get strange encounters here all the time.
I bet. I can only imagine the people that pass through passage.
Yes, many, many people, and I'm not the only magic item shop in town, but if I do say so myself, I'm probably the most successful.
Is he buying?
I didn't catch that, Yaka.
Hmm?
What did you say?
Is he buying?
Oh, he would buy stuff from him if you offered, sure. You're not there, though.
I know. Sorry.
Sorry.
Point.
In that case, sorry, y'all keep going. I'm just looking.
Tell you what, Drogo. I'm gonna be in town for a little while. I'll think about it, and I might come back for this javelin.
All right. Hopefully someone else doesn't come through and clean out my stock again. But if you return, it's still here. It's all yours. I can also create a new one on request that would be slightly more expensive if need be. Or if you have other ideas of things you might want. Well, my stock is obviously very empty right now, so I'm definitely looking to replenish it.
No.
Okay, very well.
Also, if you were looking for any work, perhaps I have me and my friend Felicia here. We came with a group that we're pretty. Wow, I can't fucking talk today. We're pretty viable adventurers.
Wow. So you said you're looking for work then? Is that what? Sorry, I couldn't tell if you were asking him if he wanted to work for you or if you wanted to work for him.
No. If he was looking for any work to get done that we could maybe possibly do for trade or something, or just for cash.
Indeed.
Well, not at the moment, no. But I will keep that in mind as I go about. You see, it was only just earlier today that my stock was cleared out, and now I am looking to replenish it, and I'll brainstorm some tonight and see what I come up with to fill the shelves out with. And if I need anything procured, I'll be sure to keep you in mind. Where are you staying?
I don't remember the name of the tavern that we're staying at, but I give him the name.
All right, fair enough. And you, miss, were you looking to buy anything while you're here?
No, I'm all set. Thank you for asking them. Mainly in the market for work, so we'll
see.
Be back.
Well, like I said, I'll keep you guys in mind.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll step out, and I'll say to Felicia, "You want to check out any other stores?"
I mean, if you think that's our best bet for work, I'm certainly into to keep scrounging.
All right. You made it sound like there's some other magic shops around here.
Yeah, that was the highest profile. The highest profile shop that sells magic items specifically was that one. You also noticed a smithy and an alchemist that looked fairly unique. As you're walking around, not very generic.
Check out the alchemist.
All right. So the alchemist shop is called Winged Shrooms and Such. It's a very squat building with kind of a flared roof, and it's got quite a bit of space between it and the other buildings around it, which is strange for passage considering how many buildings there are. But there's several gardens outside that it required the space for. Many different herbs growing there, lots of mushrooms growing there, as it's mentioned in the name. There's one small door and two small windows on either side of the door.
Like smaller than a typical person? Or?
Very slightly. Like, it might be uncomfortable if you're unusually tall, but you could get through it.
Yeah, he'll walk in. Garrett's not that tall.
All right. On the inside, you find a male gnome, very short but with very tall hair. Almost think like Jimmy Neutron hair, just like really spiked up. Almost as tall as he is to kind of compensate for his height, but it kind of scrapes along the ceiling because the ceiling isn't very tall in here. He says, "Why, hello there. I am Had Mori. What are you looking to buy?" Or are you looking to sell some herbs you may have come across up there? Always looking for new trinkets.
Well, I was looking to buy and see what your wares were.
All right. So he has on stock a very solid handful of very similar looking potions, kind of around a shelf that runs around the entire top of the building. These are all potions of healing.
Okay.
You'd estimate probably several dozen he has in stock. Additionally, he can craft anything up you need fairly quickly. That's kind of his specialty here. Think like a smoothie bar, but for magic potions.
Okay.
Craft it right on the spot. He's got all the ingredients prepared and everything.
Maybe we can think of some things this week that we might need made. We can talk to the party today.
Yeah, I think this is a good resource. Do you want to ask him for work?
Yeah, we can do that. Kind sir, I was wondering if you perhaps might have any jobs for capable adventurers.
Jobs for capable adventurers. Well, as I mentioned as you came in, always looking for fresh supplies that I can experiment with, and recently I've had people bring me good stuff from the bottom of Lake Galavar, just off the shore, not far. I know anyone in your group good at swimming?
Not particularly, but I'm sure we can make do. What kind of stuff?
Just algae, seaweeds, various things. Though one customer, I suppose I could call him a customer, did bring me quite a few strange mushrooms that he's claimed came from under Lake Galifar, although I'm not really sure how you'd grow a mushroom down there.
Sea mushrooms? I don't know. Or
Yes,
lake mushrooms.
They surprisingly weren't all that wet, so I assume he found some sort of structure or cavern down there where they were growing.
See.
But they made some excellent sleep medicine that sold like hotcakes, and if you could give me more of that, definitely pay you handsomely for it.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, we'll keep it in mind. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. All right. So the only other thing you noticed, I mean, there's lots to see in the market district, but most of it is, random commodities and trade goods and things. The only other thing that you noticed that really caught your eye was a smithy named Jane's Foundry. It actually looks like a converted Gold Dragon Inn from the outside. The outer decor is almost exactly like the Gold Dragon Inns you've stayed at several times now, but it looks like the Gold Dragons have actually been dismantled and taken down, probably melted. Were you guys going to go in there, or nah?
I'm happy to take a look.
All right.
Don't you care? Yeah, let's go.
Inside, you find it is indeed a Gold Dragon Inn that has been converted, and the entire main floor is just covered with smithing supplies. There's been a forge that's been installed, things like that. And you do find a female halfling operating the forge at the moment, crafting up a new set of armor. This is probably Jane. She doesn't notice you as you come in.
I'm just gonna do a little wave and say, "Hi there. Are you all open right now?"
Yes, I am. Apologies. Hammering away, I get lost in it. You looking to commission something?
It depends. I am here on behalf of a larger group of adventurers who've recently come to town, and we're just trying to get the lay of the land a bit, and certainly we're interested in hearing about your services. What can you tell me about what you do here?
Well, I only started up a few years ago, but I've been fairly successful. I craft anything out of metal that you could want, whatever shape you want, whatever design. Armor, weapons. It's a normal smithy, mostly. I'm sure adventurers like yourselves could use plenty of equipment.
That sounds great. I'll relay it to the group, though. I have to ask: is there anything in the way of work that you're looking to get done? We're a pretty effective bunch, and we're looking to make a little bit of coin, or potentially earn something in the way of your services, depending on what people end up liking. So, is there anything in the surrounding area that we could help you with?
Work, you say?
Indeed.
How dirty are you all willing to get?
I'd say pretty dirty.
Between you and me, yeah. It's we can get down there.
All right, make me a persuasion check with advantage, Felicio.
I get it.
How dirty are y'all willing to get? Well, half the party's squashing rats.
Yeah, Carrick will say that, actually. Carrick will be like, yeah, well, a couple of our group members are out killing rats right now.
Not that kind of dirty.
Not the best roll of 14.
All right.
That comment did it, sorry.
No, that's still a good enough roll. Well, you probably have noticed outside this house, inn rather, it used to be. She kind of pulls back one sleeve, and you see a dragon mark up her right arm. I was intended to be a member of House Hollanda. My parents always assumed, obviously, that I would own an inn and run that sort of business, but that's really not my cup of tea, and I prefer hitting hard metal with a hammer. So I converted my inheritance into my smithy, you see. Now, neither my parents nor the rest of House Hollanda are very fond of me for that. And they constantly sabotage my work here. I would ask that you sabotage them in kind.
I'm listening.
Oh, damn.
Perhaps, I don't know, be creative. Think of what you can do to... I'd prefer it be all of the inns, specifically the Gold Dragon inns in town, rather than singling out one or another. But any damage you can do, if I hear about it and it sounds like a good time and makes me laugh, I absolutely pay you for it.
That sounds like my idea of a good time.
Good to hear it.
Anything in the way of some insider info that we could bring to this?
Insider info. Well, House Hollanda, I'm sure you've noticed by now, but all of them have the same menu everywhere you go. Perhaps if you could somehow give their menu a bad reputation, maybe make some of their food, make some people upset or sick or something that hurts the reputation of the house as a whole, that might be particularly effective. But even if it's just simple humiliation of the owners, whatever you figure out doing.
Start roasting people in fight clubs.
Yeah, let's go get some more rats.
All right, and Jane, was it?
Yes, Jane.
All right, Jane. We'll be in touch. I like what we're talking about here.
Oh, as do I.
All right. Ciao.
All right. She'll return to hammering away at the suit of armor.
Ciao, huh? So that's what we're doing now?
I'm in my element. I'm feeling saucy.
It's Italian. It means food.
All right, so I'll say with a good amount of wandering the market district and the time passing from people hunting rats, it's late afternoon now.
All right.
It's about what time? Sorry.
Late afternoon.
As they're walking out, Carrick's gonna say to Felicia, we can really just, prestidigitate a bunch of food to taste like shit.
That's something, but hey,
Low
It's
risk, I think.
fine. Let's bring it to the table. Let's find everyone and see what sort of havoc we can wreak.
All right then. I wonder how low profile we want to be before our meeting, though.
Listen, Carrick, there's money on the table. This is what I'm here for.
She didn't say how much.
Exactly. If we really blow this out, she'll open the coffers.
Let's see what the rest of the party has.
I'm not suggesting we. Listen, no, I want you on my team here. I'm not suggesting we cause a large scale ruckus. I'm just saying we maybe try to get creative with it.
That I can get on with that.
Yeah. All right, let's. Where do you think they are? Where can we meet up with folks?
Do I remember like where the rat killing was supposed to be taking place? Because I did read the posting.
Just generally, kind of the area in the slums outside of the gates, both the train gate and the road gate into the inner city. It's just the local guard just really had a rat problem and wanted the slums cleaned up a bit. So it's not so much a like a location as a general. As many rats as you bring us, we'll pay you for.
Let's just head back to the bar and see how Nakara's doing. Get a couple drinks.
Yeah, sounds good.
How would they feel about strategic use of meteor swarm in order to reduce the rat
As
population?
long as the rats are dead.
Notes
I
As
mean,
well as
later in
the
campaign.
residential population.
I mean, you'd have to prove the rats died, but that you may have other troubles, but I'm sure they'd pay you before throwing you in jail.
Listen,
Yes,
I'm pretty
one-
sure Hiroshima's bat problem went away shortly after we
Jeez.
tested there.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
They did have a bat problem.
Yes, 1 gold per crater, please.
Oh, we're gonna need payment in platinum if we're doing craters.
All right.
Back to
So
my squashing.
yeah, so the squashing. If you guys want to squash for the rest of the day and do another roll, I'd let you, or you could return to the bar.
I'll go back. That's enough rat squashing for me.
All right.
I was
just blowing off some steam.
I was doing it in case we could like find a hidden dungeon underground and do some crazy shit.
Yeah, I was hoping for some kind of a rat king or just like
That's
30
what I was
rats tied
thinking.
together.
I'm like, is there a rat king downstairs? Like, how human centipede are we gonna get?
Oh boy.
Lord.
All right, so I'll assume everybody meets back at the bar at this point. Nakarath is busy studying in a fairly empty bar at the moment, trying to get these tattoos ready. As both other groups arrive at relatively the same time.
How was your job hunting?
We got one lead. I'm happy that we got at least one.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait to bring it to the table until we have the whole crew here. Should we get a table?
Yeah, let's go.
Do I not have one?
Oh, I assume you're just at the bar. Hope you're not just sitting at a table by yourself.
Well, he might have his materials out.
Yeah, I would have. That's what I was thinking. I'd basically be that, that poor fuck in the corner just reading a book.
I was gonna say we've all been at the dining hall just doing our work.
Yep. Hit me. Sipping on a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got some whiskey.
Perfect. All right. So Tap will serve you.
Would not allow that.
Tap will serve you as required.
How much for a good ass whiskey?
A good ass whiskey. I'd say
I just got paid.
That's fair. Yeah. I'd say 2 gold for a good ass whiskey.
All right. Ching, and I'll tip him an extra gold just because I'm feeling generous.
Wow, you balling hard.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I'll just get a hefty mug of ale, please.
All right, that's 5 copper for a hefty mug.
I'm going
Comes in
hefty.
casks.
Be like, I will remind you, I am a closet alcoholic.
Mhm.
I do like.
Closet?
I'll tip a copper on that.
Alrighty.
Anyway,
All right.
find anyone useful?
So listen, we found a local blacksmith, James Foundry. It's a cute little shop. Maybe we might be able to get some fun work done there, depending on what you armor-wearing people use. But moreover, she's got beef with the house of. Someone's gonna have to fill in the name for me, but the people who run the Gold Dragon Inn.
Ooh, do we really want to fuck with the Gold Dragon Inn?
When there's money in it, my humble opinion is hell yes we do.
Okay, but consider this. They were very convenient on the road here.
But
As much as it
now-
is good to earn money, I prefer not to be blacklisted from every inn in the country.
Yes.
I know you're a large friend, and doing things under the table might not be obvious, but I think we can do this without any sort of knowledge attached to our name. I'm not proposing we go in there and start a brawl. But
If we can do this, like, I'm okay with it. If you can make the money, just it can't come back to us. You gotta
If
be
you can
really
re-
good.
If you can do it quietly, I think that would be alright.
There's perhaps something subtle, covert. Just
That's
spread
The
some
easiest
rumors.
way would be to go several steps back. Like, interfere with their supplier, not them directly.
That's true.
that's a good idea. That's why we're here. We gotta brainstorm our plan here.
Find out who they buy their ale from and either steal it or burn the warehouse. Then they cannot provide ale and their name is blemished.
Now, see, this is
Actually, I was thinking of burning a warehouse.
wow. We going straight to arson? Okay.
Awesome. Who said that?
Well, if you have any rat guts, I could just sneak it into their establishments, and you could convince a health inspector.
I
To
think
take
I
a-
might still have a piece on the bottom of my boot.
I didn't
Tail
think
hanging
of any. I
on.
popped mine.
Just go ahead and check the bottom of his shoe. Get anything stuck there?
Make me an investigation check.
Oh,
With advantage because of your glasses.
Oh, let's do it.
Oh no, you find a
Oh,
whole
that's
ass
a
rat.
24.
Leroy gives you back your 150 gold. I mean, wow. Character gives Leroy back his 150.
All right. Drost, looking at the
Nothing good
sole
out
of your
there.
boot, you kind of are able to very quickly piece together basically a whole rat skeleton. Nothing else.
What the fuck?
Just the bones
will-
are kind of embedded in the sole of the boot. Nothing else.
I will very carefully
You had
lay it out.
cleats for a minute, man.
Yep. I'll just lay it out on the counter for Nicard. There you go.
Okay. I think I'm gonna need something a little more disgusting than this. Like, this is good. But you might need to go rat stomping again, or someone might have to go rat stomping again tomorrow.
Help tomorrow.
Okay.
But wait, don't we have to give them the dead rats, or do we just say we killed X dead rats?
So you would have to give the guard the rats to get paid for them because they don't want people double dipping on the same rats and bringing the same ones back over and over again.
True.
You just do some pro bono rat killing.
Sure.
Well, maybe not pro bono. We get paid more for the other job.
Exactly. Anyway.
We'll think about it. We'll do some scheming. Let's first gather information on where they get their supplies, their food, the drink. Things that are easy to contaminate.
Now, I wanna make the reminder here that what we get paid for this is dependent on essentially how it pleases the person who offered it. You know, they want flair. So I think we got to think of this from the perspective of how do we cause the most flagrant amount of chaos with the least personal involvement.
I think the more we humiliate them, the better. I think humiliation is the biggest moneymaker here.
Agreed.
The biggest humiliation for someone who is in hospitality is a public outcry against them.
For sure.
You're absolutely right.
How do you guys feel about implying a Sweeney Todd situation?
Jesus.
Who you want?
What is?
Oh, yes, he's
I'm not familiar with this tale, but I don't think I like it.
Just everyone gets a feeling of dread immediately.
He's a swordsman from the epics, you know. Just one of those.
No, I do not know.
Oh, well, everyone knows the story.
I don't think we do.
No, I'm afraid not.
It was
tales of my
the
people are much more epic.
It was the only bedtime story the Warforged had.
Lord. That is not
God.
something to tell someone before bed.
No.
It's a good one. Yeah,
I had to
all
breed
right.
them for war.
We could sneak some human meat into some.
Oh, we don't have to actually do it. We just have to tell
Human
people.
meat.
It tastes the
Alright.
same.
Hey, I got nothing wrong with it. I'm not human.
I don't.
I don't
believe
even eat.
No. Let's not go with
What?
cannibalism. Like,
Oh, I have an idea.
No, it's not real cannibalism. It's implied.
okay.
That's the implication.
All right, if you can get away with it, have fun. I don't know
Listen.
how.
I know I was the one who moments ago was talking about flair, but I think our patron is looking for humiliation and not necessarily the public
Disgust.
burning their places down, because that's
Well-
pretty bad.
Some
Fair.
maybe
I
just
mean,
interrupting the supply chain. You know, a shortage.
how seriously are tabloids taken here?
Oh, the free press is very powerful. I learned that.
Yeah, I think we did learn about that last week.
Right. Hmm.
I do have an idea. What if we just let a bunch of rats loose in one of their places? That would definitely bring a bad name to them.
Enjoy
Yeah,
the
if we can
rats.
make it
you
happen.
Rats.
Catch
We
and
can make it
release.
happen.
That
That's
kind of
not
thing.
bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
Well, we
fairly
could
difficult to do, I think.
Instead of
That'll be
human meat,
pretty
you
easy.
could suggest there's rat meat in the pies.
Well, that was one of the original ideas. Was rat meat.
I'm creative.
Now, do we want to go with the rat meat or the literal rats? Because I
Bev?
mean, from the humanist perspective here, I don't know how much I want real people getting sick as much as I want people to be
Yeah.
mad.
So I say the rats are for real. The rat meat is in advertising.
Okay.
Maybe some other hotel chain. We say our pies contain 0% rats. Unlike other chains.
Okay, we'd have to substantiate it somehow, and maybe, if we do that plus letting the rats loose.
This
Sounds
could
way too
also
moral or ethical. I'm not sure. It's wrong.
this could also be a long-term project. This
True.
doesn't have to be right now. Like, it doesn't have to be this week.
Yeah, it might be better not to do it this week. I think it's much better to make sure that we're low profile before.
Yeah, we got something coming up.
Point taken. Point taken.
That's true.
Perhaps.
Just inscribe a fiery comma on the city's history.
All
Still
right.
an option.
All right,
So,
man. What do you-
during this whole conversation, can I assume you guys are speaking in hushed voices?
Full
I
volume,
think-
man.
That would be safe to assume.
All right, group stealth check then, please.
Oh, no.
All right, group
Oh, wait, I'm
stealth.
a bit different.
I
flavor.
have disadvantage at stealth, as
It's
befitting
gonna
my
be
character,
bad.
so that's an 8 for me.
Well, would armor really apply to this stealth check?
I wouldn't apply armor to this one, no. You're good.
So the first one was an 8.
All right.
22.
Just imagining your voice like reverberating.
22 for my list.
Milo's got a natural 20, which is good.
I was just taking disadvantage because of Joe's personality.
That's fair too. All right.
Kirk got
Okay.
a 17.
All right.
Yeah.
Felicia got a 6.
So during the conversation, you kind of hear, well, a couple of you notice Tap just kind of like pause, the barkeep Tap, and like lean in a little bit, but he doesn't seem to react very strongly.
Oh,
So you don't know
we
if
were
he
having
really
this
caught all of it or
conversation
not.
in the Golden Dragon.
But he definitely noticed that you were at least speaking in hushed voices.
Did
You
we
didn't say we
did
were
we
talking
pick up
about
on that?
them, right?
Yeah, you guys would have picked up on that because he's several of you would have been facing him and would have noticed just based on passive perception scores.
Perhaps we carry this conversation elsewhere.
Agreed.
Perhaps.
Was there anything else of interest in the city?
Well, I mean, like we said, the foundry might be of use to some of you. There was an alchemist shop, and
In the magic shop, there were a few items there. I didn't see anything anything too crazy. Actually, there was nothing in your price range, Leroy. But there was a circlet of blasting, a javelin of lightning, which I was personally interested in. And there was a third.
Goggles of night vision.
Yes, that's what they were.
Wait, shit. How much did the goggles of night vision cost?
They were like 600 something.
Goggles of night were 350. Circlet of blasting was 600.
That's what I was thinking.
Features and traits. Do I have dark vision? I can't remember.
I don't. Actually, I don't know. You're a class star, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I have the Visage of the Astral Self. I can spend the fucking key point and get dark vision for 120 feet. It doesn't matter. Even if I don't innately get it. So that no, never mind. I don't want that.
All right.
I mean, yeah. Nah.
Yeah, I don't have it, but it doesn't matter. So, Circlet of Blasting would be fun, but I don't think I need it.
Yeah, same.
I could go sell this decanter of endless water to him. Like, do we want to keep that for like horses in the future, or are we?
You want to keep that for the hard memes, man.
Do we?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's up to you. That's up to you.
Personally, that's one of my favorite items for improving DM's lives.
It's a good one. Yeah, I couldn't fault you.
Because I'm pretty sure it's worth a pretty penny too, right?
It depends on who you sell it to, but you might be able to get at least some gold for it.
Alright. Yeah, I guess we could hold on to it. Did I ever give Leroy the Scroll of Hex back?
I
Or not
believe you
back,
did.
but okay. It's still in my inventory.
I have.
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Hexaposphere.
I found like 24 multicolored vials of liquid in my bag. I'm not too sure what those are.
Right, that was a long time ago, and I don't remember what I had for those. I think you found them under Galt. I don't remember where I put my notes for those. I would assume you would have identified them by now. How about I get back to you between sessions?
That's perfect.
Alright, I'll make a note of that.
Understood. Rewatch the whole campaign.
Yes.
Casual.
All right.
Alright.
All right, so I understand. You guys want to keep a low profile. That's fine. What do you want to do? Till now. Till then.
I'm content to keep working on this research. Do you think anyone would be willing to crash my cloak of protection design?
I mean, I would love to have that done.
Oh, I definitely work on that this week. I can work on that.
I can work on that.
Oh, okay.
I think you guys completed that.
Did we complete the cloak protection?
We completed one, I thought.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't? Okay,
I
that one still has 6 weeks left. My bad.
I'll totally help on that.
Yeah, I will too.
I will as well. I really want to get us crafting this.
Okay. So how many people are helping? We've got I heard Drost, I heard Felicia.
I will help if I can, or
Do you have Arcana?
Guidance if I can't. I do have Arcana.
Okay, perfect. That works. Drost counts for 2, I believe, unless it was smithing specific. I forget.
I do not remember.
It's probably in your feature.
Is that something because of the hammers?
No, he has like an improved crafting rate as his character feature.
When crafting items using your smithing tools, specifically with smithing tools.
All right, so that's 3 people helping. Who else was helping?
I was
4 or 5. Okay, so if Nakarth jumps in too, you guys could finish it this week.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll do that. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm down to do this, and then just like each morning, just walk out to the job board and just see if there's anything new, and then just walk back and work.
Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Pardon me while I update some notes. Okay. So, as you all work on this, fortunately there are no mishaps during this final week of crafting, even though a lot of you are working on it. There's a lot of chances for things to go wrong as you try to, transfer ideas back and forth, and people are working on different parts of it. But you managed to rush it to completion. However, a few days into the week, as Karik has been visiting the job board, you run into somebody there, Karik. It's a very kind of tall, gangly-looking man. He's just very thin, like kind of long limbs and all that. Slick back hair, just kind of like not long, but it looks like he uses something to just slick it back. And he is also looking at the job board through his very sharp-looking glasses. He's wearing a very dark suit.
Does he confront me at all as I go look at the job board?
He was there first. He doesn't say anything to you as you approach, at least.
I'm just gonna check it out, see if there's anything there.
All right. There is a request from the guard to help round up some escaped inmates to the north. Other than that, nothing super exciting.
I'll make a. They're not like things that you like take off the board. They're just you just read it and you're like, okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right, I'll make note of that.
Okay.
And if he doesn't bother me at all, I'll head back.
Okay. Well, look, as he sees you kind of looking over things and making mental notes, say, hello, sir. Are you an adventurer or part of a traveling group?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Oh, I am Bran. Don't know if you would have heard of me or not. It's a traveling wizard. I'm from my own party, so I'm just interested in making your acquaintance.
Well, I am Carrico Fandris. It's a pleasure. And yeah, I am part of a group.
Oh, excellent. I hope at some point we get an opportunity to team up on something. It might be fun. We are known as the 12's champions. There are, as you might guess, 12 of us. One designated as a champion of each of the 12. I am Arion's champion. That's why I thought maybe you would have heard of me. Relatively recent. I understand if you haven't.
I don't believe I have, but I haven't followed much of the of Arya, so.
Oh, I see. Who do you follow?
I follow some of the elven deities.
Make me a deception check.
All right, let me go get my d20. Oh, I rolled pretty well. That is I think I have a +0. Yeah, that's a 17.
Okay. Elven deities. I wasn't aware that your people had other deities, but I'll have to look into that. That sounds fascinating. Thank you for leading me to a new line of research. I'll visit the library about that later, maybe.
Yeah, you do that.
Well, I hope to see you around. Carrick, was it?
Yes.
All right. Well, have a good day. And he will depart. All right, so after that, you uneventfully return to the inn and meet up with the rest of everyone. I will say as well, since you guys are going over your 3 days you originally paid for, somebody would probably want to take up the remaining 4 days of costs here.
How much is it for the next 4 days?
Oh boy, with storage for the horses, I think we'd agreed on 2 gold per night for the party.
Each
total for the party.
Okay, yeah, I'll cover it for the next 4 days.
Okay.
We could pay for it in threats.
Did you say in threats?
Yeah, I mean, like suggestions of threats. Obviously, not actually.
Could pay for this in-room and exposure. That's how it goes, right?
We'd love to change your reputation.
Alright, so the week is up. Unless you guys would stop crafting the day before the due date. Up to you all.
Start crafting on the due date.
As far as I remember, we didn't really we didn't have any setup to do.
No.
So
No, it was literally like dudes arriving this day. We just wanted to be in town before they arrived. That we haven't met up with our actual tap, like our tap.
No.
He just told us to chill at this inn.
Just for clarification, that tap did tell you to get in contact with this tap.
Okay. So we should be hanging out here.
Yeah, you're at the right inn at least.
Does
Yeah.
the tap know that we are supposed to meet up with him?
Well, you guys haven't
Well,
made any.
he will when we
I
That's a
mean,
good point.
code.
Maybe we
Whatever
should have a conversation with him.
code was.
Okay.
If only, it's with the knuckle bones. It's one of these does not belong or whatever. It's, you know.
It's not like
You're gonna
others.
wing it.
No, actually, Felicia's gonna wing it.
How dare you?
All right, so we'll say the night before, which would be the 13th of Sephiroth. Assuming one of you would make contact.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember it's in Discord if you need it too, because it was a physical note you guys had. You could reread it if needed.
Oh, I sure am gonna check the Discord.
It would be in the materials channel.
All right. So are we at the inn?
Yep.
All right. So just about midnight, I'm gonna just take a seat at the bar, and when I get Tap's attention, I'm just gonna tell him, "Good evening. Could I get a crossbones, please?"
He kind of stops and looks at you, slightly puzzled for a moment, but says, "Yes, I'll be right back." Goes into the back room and gets some supplies he didn't have on hand at the moment. Comes back out and pours you a drink. And as before, it has the 6 bones drawn on top as he passes it to you. That'll be the 1 gold piece, please.
Before that, Tap, the 6th bone doesn't belong.
Kind of, his eyes grow wider. He says, "I thought there was something strange about your group." And he erases the 6th bone from the drink with a wave of another wand. Oh, I'll waive the fee this time. So,
Cheers.
I take it you've been discreet?
Against better judgment, yes, we have.
Good. See, still haven't identified this AH yet. I've been the other Tap made sure to the Tap that you met previously made sure to stop by and keep me updated. I'm hopeful they're not watching this in, but we shall see. He should be arriving tomorrow. I assume it's a he. And things might get more tough then to move around discreetly. We'll see, though. The task I have for you, and he kind of looks around the room to make sure it's super empty. There's nobody looking through the windows or anything.
Before, and as I see him doing that, I'm gonna say, before you say anything, mind if I do something just to help make sure we're not alone?
Absolutely.
I mean,
please do.
He'll pull out this like hooded lantern, and he like reveals it, and it starts glowing, and it is a lantern of revealing.
Okay.
So let me see.
Yeah, could you... Let's see, Lantern of Revealing.
While lit, this lantern burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil, blah, blah, blah. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light. So I'll just shine it around the bar.
Okay. Yeah, swinging it around the bar and just kind of looking in all the corners and things. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Seems pretty normal in here. Nothing invisible that gets revealed, that is.
Coast seems clear.
Oh, that's a nice trick. I assume that would reveal things, yes?
Yeah, I figured it might come in here.
Good. Glad you people are prepared. This is good. Okay, so... The task we have, the reason we're here in Passage, of all places. Any of you familiar with the Draconic Prophecy?
Of course.
Are any of us familiar with that?
Yeah, I'd imagine a significant number of you would have heard tales of it at least. You probably have varying degrees of real knowledge about it, but I'd say those with at least a standard education would have at least heard of it.
I probably don't have that.
Monastic education?
Yeah. So Nakarath
I
probably
have
would not
religion.
have. Drost probably would not have. Felicia, Karik, Milos
That
definitely
probably
would have.
would.
Yeah, I think those are
Yeah.
the 3 that would have heard of it. At least known that it exists.
I do have proficiency in religion, so maybe I'd done study on other cultures. I don't know.
That's fair. I'd give it to you, sure. So, to explain it so that at least people are aware of it, not speaking as tap at the moment, just DM information dump. The Draconic Prophecy is less of a specific prophecy. It's not a prophecy about dragons or anything. It's more of a map of time and like a map of choices over time. For example, there might be something that says, if the king doesn't attend this feast, then his kingdom will fall. Things like that. And there's like billions of these predictions all kind of gathered up into this big, more of a map of like these chaining, branching paths and things.
The flowchart.
Yes, it's a giant flowchart that people have people have only uncovered tiny bits and pieces of it, and nobody knows all of it. And even the dragons that live thousands of years have spent entire lifetimes studying it and not understood all of it.
Jesus.
So,
because there's no one endpoint, it's always changing.
It's extremely complex. So, as a couple of you nod, Tap says, well, he looks to the few of you who aren't aware of it. He says, I'm sure the others will fill you in on it. But the more important thing is, since we must be brief, we believe there are some fragments of the prophecy here under passage. We believe this town was built on them, over them, in secret. And obviously, such powerful knowledge could do great things to further our cause. We believe there may be forces at work trying to use it to bring back the war. That is the worst possible case scenario, obviously, but it is a possibility.
Boy.
Obviously, we don't want that.
No one in their right mind would.
No, I mean, especially none of us. Followers of the Traveler, I believe it was really him who helped change the course of history, and perhaps it was one of our own that ended up setting about the events that ended the war. As dark as that is to think of one of our own doing something like that, the war ending at least has been a good thing, and we certainly don't want it brought back. So, we believe the entrance is somewhere under the House Orion main HQ here. We don't know exactly how to get there, but we have strong suspicions that it is there. And I believe those suspicions are what led this AH to follow us here. Not just to find it, to find us as well, but maybe they already know where it is. Are trying to defend it from us. You all still on board for this, though the stakes have raised?
Absolutely.
I am, but I have a question. I ran into a man today when I was walking through town. Said his name was Arya. He was the champion of Arya. His name was Bran.
Oh, so they're in town as well, I see. Huh.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll pass that along. I'm sure some others have noticed, but it can't hurt to pass more information like that around.
It was just that he might be AH thinking that he was Arya, but I got the names mixed up.
Fair enough. No, I don't believe this AH certainly could be related to these champions of the 12. I would not be surprised by that at all, but I don't believe he's one of them. But it's just a hunch.
It could be another one of these champions of the 12.
It could be. He's certainly communicates with them in some way. Whether he is an ally of theirs, an overseer of theirs, or a member of theirs, I know not.
I see.
In fact, I think that communication you intercepted may have been intended for them, now that you mention it. We weren't sure who in town it was intended for, but if the 12's champions are here, a few things start to click into place.
Will this spell trouble for us?
Well, it may. Depends on how good you all are at being discreet and not giving away your intentions here.
We can do our best, but what do you think the first steps are here?
Well, I think first we'll want to at least locate the entrance to this place, or find out if it's even real at all. If not, then I don't know, maybe we're all here for a different purpose that the Traveler has chosen us for, but best I can tell, that's why.
No, that makes sense. I completely understand your suspicion.
So, it's definitely, I have strong reasons to believe it's under House Orion. No one else could keep it under wraps so well and keep it set the knowledge so secure. Not in Passage, anyway. They hold so much power here. It only makes sense that they would either know of it, or even if they don't know of it, then it's kept secret underneath their noses.
Does anyone have any ideas?
If it's the latter, then if we find it out, we could perhaps get House Orion on our side.
It's a possibility. There are a good number of folks like us in House Orion. I'd say it's likely the house with the most followers of the Traveler in it. But still, a lot of the higher management isn't. And it's kind of a coin toss onto whether they would become allies with us or just snuff us out in order to take the prophecy for themselves.
Perhaps these coming events might decide that.
That's true.
Perhaps this prophecy deserves to be liberated.
Perhaps. We won't know until we uncover what it is.
All right. So I guess we should scope out the place in question.
I think that's a good first plan of attack, yes. If you need any resources around town, there are a good number of us here, and for security reasons, I don't want to reveal their identities to you. As much as I trust you, just the less all of us know, the better. So I'll be your go-between between them. But if you need eyes and ears in certain places, I may be able to help.
Eyes on the 12, on the champions of the 12 would be great.
All right, I can have them tailed. Sounds like a good plan, yes. Any other suggestions, requests? All right.
I have no expertise here. I'm also not good at stealth, so...
I'm not too great at it myself.
I've
Who there
done a
is?
good amount of sneaking around in my life.
I am fairly skilled at moving quickly and quietly and have that amulet that prevents my magical tracking.
Fair.
Wait, let me double check what that does.
People can't scry on you, I think.
Detection and location. Yeah.
In
So
my experience, operations like this require an enormous amount of preparation, above all else.
I mean, yes, of course. But yeah.
Reconnaissance, team cohesion, we need a plan.
Indeed. I think first step of that is doing the research and finding out about this place.
Indeed. So,
I can go there and look. For now.
yes, what was the nature of this venue that you mentioned?
Well, so I think if it were to be anywhere in town that we would find this place, it would be either hidden within House Orion HQ or underneath it. It could be anywhere in town. But I think that would be, considering, we paid quite a lot of lives for this information, and it didn't come easily. I'd assume that not many people know about its existence here. And I don't think many other places in Passage could hold a secret that well.
Are they holding any sort of a soiree coming soon? Some opportunity to enter the headquarters?
Probably not for a good few months. Let me see.
Did I hear someone say downtime?
Well,
we're downtime experts.
A couple of months? Why not longer?
I do imagine they have an annual tradition of holding a very large gathering. Not so much a very somber one, respecting the end of the war, the anniversary of the end of the war. But that is months away at this point.
That I don't think would do anyway for us.
Yes, that'd be a long time to avoid suspicion here in town.
I think our best bet would be to try to find our way into the... There are sewers, right?
Yes, indeed. We have
sewers and whatever interconnecting passageways underneath the city to try to find what could be the entrance to this place, or a secret passage into the headquarters.
I agree with that.
Sounds good to me. We won't have to be as stealthy in the sewers.
Right, and this city is so full of secrets. There's got to be something, right?
I agree.
I still think it'd be very important to get a look inside the building first. Does anybody have...
that would be ideal. I don't know how practical. I do not. I am a forerunner here.
Well, I don't know how much time we have, but you could always try to gather a high standing in the area. I'm sure, could always try to make yourselves useful to House Orion in some way and see if you could get in that way, or you could just break in if any of you is particularly good at that.
That's fair. Have they had any problems recently?
Well, problems recently less so. Problems upcoming more so. House Lorandar is opening an airship port here in town, and they're very much not fond of that, considering how much the
papers.
Yes, indeed. The airship trade has been hurting their business over the last decade, as technology's been improving, and well, the Mortonlands interrupt so much of House Orion's train network now that airships are just superior, and House Orion's a little sore over that.
Okay.
I don't know if this would be of any use to us, but and you see him start to pull down the front of the collar of his shirt, and you see what looks like a glowing dragon mark right in the center of his collarbone.
Oh.
And he's been wearing pretty much high-collared shirts this whole time. And I have the mark of House Lorandar.
Oh. We might not want to be showing that inside of...
I typically don't show it ever, so...
But yeah, it's fine. Tap is a traveler. He's not actually in it for House Orion, so...
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
But it is worth noting that I have next to no standing in my house. I've actually never met my father, who's the one who gave me this mark, so...
Sorry to hear that.
Nah.
Perhaps we could start some problems for them that we could solve, or we could offer some way of solving this airship situation.
It's a reasonable option, I'd say.
Agreed.
Really, all we need is an opportunity to talk with them and get a look inside the building. Someone can sneak around while we're doing that. How heavily guarded is this place?
Well, it's House Orion's main headquarters. I've not attempted to go in there myself, but I, as a member of House Orion, being created for this purpose, I've at least been in there a few times for their, not deep inside, but just for their gatherings and such, as we're invited up there on our days off. It's fairly heavily guarded. It's the largest, wealthiest building in town, and, I mean, dragon-marked houses have their secrets.
They do. Does anybody else have an idea of how we could get in there? I mean, the sewers is a real option, for sure. Everybody poops.
Pretty
I
partial to the
think
sewers.
short of ingratiating ourselves with the house, I think the sewers are likely the best.
We're going to be brown nosing one way or the other.
I didn't like it either.
I appreciated it.
I mean, it was good.
Why, thank you. But I think the sewers
Yeah,
is the better.
I favor the direct action
Probably.
here.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, presumably we won't climb up inside of their toilets. We'll need some ingress to their...
I
substructure
assume that
common
there's
sewers.
gonna be a passageway somewhere.
It's
Oh,
certainly
that's true.
worth looking for.
I have an item that can help us find one as well.
Fuck, I'm gonna want those goggles of night. Because I can't just spend the mask all day, every day. The key point lasts for like a minute, I think.
You can
Yeah,
pick it up.
I'm
it's
just gonna be
fine.
blind forever.
Did I remove that infusion when I leveled up? Shit.
I'm the only person who can see in the dark.
Yep.
Not D&D.
Wow. What a twist. None of us can see in the dark. Except for Leroy.
I think Carrot can. Just
Yeah, I
touch his
can.
mouth.
Oh.
I can spec out of it. We can be a torch party.
2 out of 6 ain't bad.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Well,
Well, any other questions? Any other points of concern? I don't want to keep this meeting too long and draw too much attention.
Of course.
Where's our dog?
I have nothing to add.
No, nothing from me.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Well then, I will go back to being your barkeep, and if you ever want to talk about these things again, or you have other requests for me, just order that same drink like usual.
Sure thing.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, I'll assume you all return to bed unless anyone has any other conversation points between players.
I'll just let the party know about the job posting of the criminals escaped criminals up north.
Okay.
That would be good if we have to like escape suspicion for a little while.
Yeah, we can take care of that after some of this is done.
All
I
right.
think we're good.
okay. Yeah, I'm good.
So you all return to sleep late at night now. Just thinking on these revelations and finally having a concrete task after all this time. You awake the next morning, and y'all, as we discussed earlier, finish up your work. It was just a few hours remaining of completing the Cloak of Protection formula, which you now have. Somebody can add that to their inventory, just as an item, however you want to mark that down in your notes.
Shit, who did we say was getting the first one?
I think it was
It's just the
Lucia.
formula.
Well, you just have the formula, yeah, not the item.
No, wait, I had completed the Cloak of Protection formula.
I thought everyone said you
No,
did. I thought you did too.
Oh, no, Rage is right. Yeah, Kira's right.
The confusion was that Jordan originally thought we were working, I think, on the bag of holding, and we would have completed the bag of holding, but we were actually doing the cloak protection, and we didn't complete that.
Okay. Right.
That's what the confusion was.
Well, now we just have to redo the whole thing.
Okay.
No. Now that this time is over,
No,
it's
I'm
what we were saying before. So now the cloak of protection is ready, or the formula for it is ready, and now we can start building one if we want.
Right. Yeah. So now you guys have the formula and the
What?
and the bag of holding formula too that you made before. Right. Okay.
Wait. No,
No, we still have to finish the bag of holding, but we finished the cloak protection.
I finished the Cloak of Protection formula before I started the formula for...
I thought you abandoned it partway through. I had it marked down as 4
No.
out of 10. Could be wrong.
No, I had finished that before I started the clause.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So what did you guys spend this week working on then?
Hold on, let me pin a message in here if I can.
Because I had
can.
finished that formula, but then decided that making it was not doable at that exact moment. So I decided to start working on the formula for
okay.
the tattoo.
So were you guys working on the tattoo this week then? Instead, because you don't have the supplies to make the cloak of protection itself right now.
Sorry, I just scrolled up in our chat, and it looks like on April 12th, you said we had after we had spent our time working on it, we would have one more week of the cloak of protection.
Okay, thank you.
On April 12th.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's like 2 or 3 sessions.
Yeah, I'm saying like one person this week could work on the cloak of protection, and then you could spend the rest of the week doing whatever. Or everyone else could spend the rest of the week doing whatever, because we actually only needed one more week on the cloak of protection, not 6.
Right. So we could have the 5 remaining people maybe work on some other research projects instead. I guess there was still the Eldritch Claws going.
I would work towards my tattoo.
Right.
I could have been the one that worked on the cloak of protection, so I can have the formula if that works.
Okay.
Drost also wants to do a tattoo, so he'd probably start researching that.
Which one? And you're gonna start a new research?
Yeah, new research.
Okay.
I'll look up the list and send it to you.
I'll mark down one more week for Felicia's tattoo. Good.
If I could progress studying on smith tools.
Yeah, I'd say you could do that, and there's enough smiths in town that you could get training from, although you'd have to pay for training now that you're not just watching Drost. Make sure I double check that. 25 gold pieces.
That's per week.
Per week. And so I'll mark you down one more week of learning the smith.
I'm also tracking that.
Okay.
So wait, what am I at?
Correct.
For which one?
For my... Alright, so... Cloak of Protection formula is done,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
What am I at for Eldritch Claws?
4 out of 10 weeks. And 1 day. So you know, final week could be 6 days instead or whatever.
4 out of... Alright.
Would you have spent this week on the on that tattoo instead, because that would be 5 then.
Okay, yeah. 5 weeks. Since one person was finishing up the cloak formula.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, 5 weeks out of 10 done.
So Drost is working on a tattoo. Leroy is learning to smith more. Felicio is working on her tattoo. Karik finished up the cloak of protection. Milos, what were you doing for the week? What were you contributing to? So there's currently 3 tattoo projects going, or you could start your own project.
I'll help with one of the tattoo projects.
Alright, so there's Drost's Unknown tattoo, Felicia's Armor tattoo, and Nakarath's Eldritch Claw tattoo.
I'll work with Felicia.
Alright, so that is at 6 weeks. Nice, okay, so we got that resolved. Good.
Thank you.
Good. No crafting complications this time. Alright. So the day is yours. It is now the 14th of Cyprus, and today is the day mentioned in the note that AH arrives in passage.
What were we supposed to do with IH again?
Can reread the note again?
Sorry.
Nope, no worries. So the note you found says, "My friend, when you get this message, act quickly. You need to find the lightning rail the shipment came on before it departs. Specifically, learn the identities of its passengers and have them watched. Our canary pointed this train out as a meeting spot for the heretics." So this would have arrived on the train that you guys jumped off of.
Right.
I had our gearhead friends set up defenses. I hope they're enough. I will arrive in passage 3 months from when you get this. Take your time and do not act hastily. They cannot know we are onto them. Best, AH. So whoever this AH guy is arriving in town now. Don't really know anything else about his identity.
Are we attempting to jump him?
You can
How
certainly
can we
try.
jump a man who we don't.
I don't know. Are we
Jump
trying to find out who
everyone.
he is?
We know literally his initials. I don't know if we can identify him.
You know his
Oh.
initials and that he's arriving today. Those are the 2 things you know.
They might not even be initials. It could just be like
Correct. So there could be something.
secret name.
We
hammer.
could camp out near the train and look for anyone being suspect or suspicious.
Yeah, but that's
But that's attached to the
That
station,
would
right?
make us look suspicious too.
Yeah, the inn you're staying in is attached to the station. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So maybe not. Well, not yet, but eventually.
Well,
Otherwise, I'm not. Do we just move on from a different inn? Try to lose him? Or
Try to lose him, sorry.
like, do we like start moving to different inns all around the city instead of just staying here?
And you
Well-
could.
I wouldn't say we're not like exposed or anything, right? Like we're not at risk. Nobody's looking for us. No one knows we're quote unquote associated with the traveler.
Right.
So I don't think there's a reason to start dodging around unless we catch wind that someone's looking for us.
I agree with Trust. I
I
think that
don't think that we'd want to bring attention to ourselves.
Do we know who
Do
the
I-
intended recipient of AH's message was?
No.
no, that's why it's hard to make
Yeah.
a judgment.
We need some form of information. We need to know who the message was for. We need to know who AH is. We need to know who them is, as in we're onto them. We need to know who them is.
It's
That's us.
And then we need to know
the
what their goal
travelers.
is. Yeah. Oh wait, that was us. That was the traveler people.
Yeah.
All right.
One question answered already. We're kicking ass.
Perfect.
Progress.
We also need to figure out a way under the big place.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know which one of those should come first.
Up to you guys.
Which do you think yields the most potential for information out of the group?
I suppose you could keep an eye on the folks that leave the train today. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe we could check out the sewers.
Well, we have to be careful not to try to lead these people to the dragon prophecy. So it feels like we should try to get a handle on the people following us before we continue this task.
There.
Plus, if they figure out that we're trying to access House Orion and rat us out, that's also not great.
Yeah.
I believe in action, but I understand that this is a difficult situation, and
So
I don't know.
we just need to be careful and aware of the risks.
I, for one, would love more information of any kind.
Yeah.
So perhaps one or two people could work on ingratiating themselves with House
Orion.
I was gonna say Kenneth, and that would have been incorrect.
And you could do that too. Might not be productive, but you could.
I think we're hopefully
Just-
in the process of that.
Yes.
Yeah, just for information, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, we could definitely use eyes on the inside to figure some stuff out.
Why the fuck didn't we ask Tap for that?
Ask him for what?
Eyes on the inside of House Orion to see what it looks like.
Oh shit.
Oh. I might have something that could help with that.
Because if he can get us a map of House Orion, that's fan-fucking-tastic. Especially relevant to its place in the sewers, so that we could explore there specifically faster.
Map of the sewers would be good. Wait, who runs the city? I assume the dragon-marked houses run the city?
Unofficially, sure. The dragon-marked houses are not permitted to own land as nobles, just as part of some of the post-war laws that went into effect.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they essentially control the economy here, so they kind of control the town. But Passage is its own... It has its own politics to it as well.
Okay,
With
so
its
there
own
is a
mayor and its own town hall and all that. It's just smaller than House Orion.
I mean, there's a chance they might have something like sewer layouts on public record.
There's always a chance.
That I like. Yep.
I've also realized that I have this particular utility.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Please and thank.
Yeah.
Do I hear Miagic?
Magic.
Sounds like some invisibility time.
I can also do that.
Okay.
I can't wait until you guys have 4th level spells and can cast greater invisibility.
It's gonna be a while, unfortunately. Well, I mean, for the artificers at least. I don't know about the Full spellcasters.
I think I just got one more level.
To 4th level spells?
Mm-hmm. Isn't it level 7?
Right, you guys are level 6 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
All right.
Well, I think as an artificer you get it later. Because you're a half caster.
Yeah, that's like level 12, 13, 14. Shit.
Yeah, 14.
Yep. Your first 4th level is at level 13.
Hey, the half-casters get fucked that hard.
Rip half casters.
But they have so much good shit that, come on, a half-caster with greater invisibility is
Oh, it's
pretty
dope.
beefy.
I mean, some of you will get it. Felicia will get it soon. That's true. Or the ability to get it soon.
I got so few slots, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, but you can twin that shit.
We
Tell me about
could.
how few spell slots you have. Is it more than 2?
It's all I have.
I've got an idea.
Hmm.
Why don't we just walk over to House Orion and ask if they have work to be done?
Love it.
Isn't
That's a strong move.
that is the basic start, right? Hey, do you guys have any projects you need contractors for?
Yeah.
Probably the best course of action we can take right now.
Right? Alright.
Honestly,
Sure.
just that meeting might be enough to give us an idea of what the building looks like.
And then we're talking to the guy at the front of the building, and someone's walking in, and the guy looks at him and goes, "Oh, hey, AH, good to see you."
Yes, exactly.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, 007. Back from that assassination mission?
Yep. All right. I'd say that's the play.
Or possibly better play.
Ooh, I'm ready. Kill more rats.
Through House Orion.
Through the
No.
entire campaign, we are exterminators.
What if we did what we were going to do? We were going to go to House Orion, but we had one of us be invisible and just scope out the joint while the rest of us conversed.
Okay, so we
could
go there
definitely
looking
work.
for a job, chatting them up. Someone's invisaroni and scoots around, trying to find something juicy.
Absolutely.
Invisibility is fairly common, though, right? Like, that's
I
another
mean,
low-ish.
We might even assume that someplace like the headquarters of a Dragonmark house would have wards against invisibility, but you don't know until you try, right?
I mean, it would be insulting not to try.
Exactly.
This is gonna go so well, guys.
I think this is the best idea I've ever had personally.
I've seen 14 million realities.
Yes.
All of them end horribly.
All right, I think I'm gonna call this one just a little bit early, and
Okay.
let people brainstorm between
Probably
sessions a
good
little
call.
bit, and yeah, it'll be good. Then we can pick right up into whatever action you guys decide upon next time. So thank you all for joining. It'll be fun.
Thank you.